Laura Kuenssberg has delivered a crushing verdict on Chancellor Rishi Sunak's profile as she branded him a high-spending, high-taxing Chancellor. Rishi Sunak has sought to reassure Tory MPs that he aims to cut taxes before the next election after unveiling a budget that increases taxation and spending to levels not seen for decades. The Chancellor used an improved economic outlook to set out £150 billion of departmental spending as well as help for people on low incomes to tackle the rising cost of living. BBC political editor Laura Kuenssberg has since given her analysis of the budget. Speaking on BBC Newscast, she said, "He both likes to style himself as a nimble, modern Tory who cares very much about sound money, who doesn't feel comfortable with the notion of big government, who doesn't think that the state and government spending are the answer to everything. Except that the pandemic meant that he believed he had no choice but to do whopping amounts of all those things, but that's why today is so interesting because we are past, mercifully, past the worst emergencies of the pandemic except HES not calling time on the big spending, high-taxing version of Rishi Sunak that was born in the economic emergency of the pandemic. That's what is so interesting about this, to me, sad as I am, is that it seems very much from today especially because it was a spending review looking ahead for the next year, is that we are now in an era of big government, right? Rishi Sunak wanted this to be, turning the page, it's a new chapter, well it's a new chapter but's a new chapter that whispers it, could have been written by someone like Gordon Brown or someone who might have been from the Labour Party. This is a high-spending, high-taxing government with a high-spending, high-taxing Chancellor. Mr. Sunak announced tax cuts for businesses, extra cash for hospitals, a softening of the cut to universal credit and a freeze for fuel duty as the nation recovers from the COVID-19 pandemic. But on top of previously announced increases in corporate and personal taxation, the Office for Budget Responsibility (OBR) said the budget would leave the overall tax burden at its highest since the final period of Clement Attlee's post-war Labour administration 70 years ago.
Queen Margrethe II to bring Karen Blixen's image creating worlds to life in Netflix film.